Hello, everyone, and welcome back for another episode of the Chem Valley Show. It's episode number 10, day number 10 of lockdown here in Ontario. And hey, number 10, what a perfect episode to have this guy on here. He had his UFC debut back at UFC Vegas 10, if I remember correctly, back in September. Kevin Croom, how's it going?
What's going on, man? Man, unfortunately, the mic just started messing up again.
Did it really?
Oh, wait. No. Now we're good.
Okay. Maybe it's just a connection issue. I'll have to get a new cord after this episode, but
yeah. No, we're fine now. So
perfect. You heard all that, though? I gave you a nice little intro there with introducing you with the big win at Vegas 10. We're going to talk a little bit about that later on in the show, but I wanted to start off with talking a little bit about how you got into fighting and found an interest in professional MMA.
Yeah. Well, it kind of, as soon as I first saw my first ninja movie when I was like 6 or 7, fighting and being a ninja was kind of the only thing I ever wanted to do, man. I always used to like to roughhouse, and, like all of my friends got mad at me for always trying to wrestle them and mess around, and then I hit high school and I started wrestling, and I remember being like 15 and finding out that there was something called Ultimate Fighting, and I'd never seen a fight or anything. I just knew there was a thing called Ultimate Fighting where everything goes, and I remember being 15 and having a conversation with one of my friends about how that's what I wanted to do.
That's incredible. And you grew up in Missouri?
I did, yeah.
What was it like growing up out there?
I mean, I probably like growing up anywhere.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Mm-hmm. What kind of things did you do growing up? What kind of things were you into?
Not a lot, really. I was pretty sheltered, to be honest. Grew up in a crazy religious family, way over the top. So honestly, I wasn't really allowed to do a whole bunch. I rode my bike a lot, skateboarded.
Mm-hmm. And when did you get into your first gym or start training anything like, say, boxing, or did you do some backyard fighting when you were younger as well?
I did.
Was that out in the Missouri area?
Yeah. Me and my friends used to go to parties in high school, and I would give my friends boxing gloves and tell them to pick the person they thought could beat me. And I never lost, so there's that.
That's awesome. Sounds a lot like your amateur career. Let's talk a little bit about that. You're 20 and 0?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. It's pretty wild. I was working at a gas station, the gas station that was right down the street from the house that I grew up in. And it was 3 a.m, and a kid came in that I beat up in high school, and he was telling me that he was a fighter, and he just got back from a fight, and so I was like, well, shit, man, if you're a fighter, I'm a fighter. Mm-hmm. I asked him if he could give me a fight, and he said he could, so I quit smoking cigarettes that day and had a fight the next week.
Wow. And then you just banged them all out, and you said it was about 2-year time length, yeah?
14 months.
Wow. That's incredible. And then when did you have your first pro fight?
February of 2009.
Mm-hmm. What kind of gyms were you at back in that time? Were you just kind of bouncing around from gym to gym, or did you have a set place where you were working with someone like you are now?
Yeah, I had a gym, but this was back in the day, man. Nobody knew anything, calling it a gym isn't really the right thing.
Yeah.
For my first 6 months, it was just me and my trainer, and my trainer was 245 pounds, and we had a 4x4 old school wrestling mat. So I don't know if it was a gym necessarily, but I learned stuff, I worked my cardio really good, and yeah.
Having all the success you did in amateur, when did you decide to make the turn to pro, and what was the process like?
Yeah, it just got to the point where I fought everybody I could fight until I couldn't really get any amateur fights, and so it was just time to go pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I probably wasn't really ready, you know, but whatever, it's the way it was.
Yeah, well, 20-0 after 20 fights, that's a lot of experience too in the cage. Like, I could only imagine. How did you get to where you are now, like working with James and Grant?
Yeah, so I have known James since amateur days. You know what I mean? We grew up like on the same circuit, you know, pretty much. I mean, he lived in Kansas City and I lived in Columbia. So, I mean, we were pretty close to each other. So I knew him the whole time. I fought one of his teammates in 2010 for Bellator and beat him. And then we kind of started training together here and there. And it wasn't what it is nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, this was back in 2010. So it was just kind of, it wasn't right for me. I felt, at least at the time. And so I moved out to Albuquerque, New Mexico to fight at Jackson's. And I mean, I was on the Jackson team for like 4 years. And then,
wow. What was it like out there?
I mean,
you did a lot of traveling throughout your career. I was looking at your resume, and you kind of you went a lot of places. Do you like regret that at all, or do you think it was great for your career?
I mean, great for my career. I don't know. Like, I mean, I obviously racked up some losses and stuff. I got you know, like a record. It is what it is, you know, like 22-12. But I mean, I've been around. I took every fight that I was offered. I never had a manager or anything. I was just a kid who liked to fight, so I said yes to every fight. And I mean, I don't know if it was great for my career. However, you can't buy the experience that I have. You can't. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
because you've worked with a lot of like other than with the guys you are working with now, which I have to say is Glory MMA is just absolutely killing it right now, and
it's the best gym in the world.
I agree, man. You guys got a great crew there, and I see you guys. I'm having a lot of fun watching all the great things you're posting online, and yeah.
Hell yeah, yeah, man. I have been lucky to be able to meet and train with and be around some of just the highest level people in the sport. You know, pretty much since about 2008 or so. So it's pretty cool, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And let's talk about working with these guys now. When did you start? When did you make the move to Glory?
I moved to Kansas City. I moved back to Kansas City in February of 2017, and I started training at Glory like in June.
Yeah,
like that. So yeah.
And what was it like at the start?
Well, James beat the fucking ever living shit out of me my first day, and so that sucked.
Yeah.
He didn't beat me up as bad today as he did then, but fuck, I'm kind of feeling like he fucked me up today.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, James beat the shit out of me and kind of let me know my place. You know what I mean? Like I've been around a lot of big fighters and everything. And as soon as I joined the gym, he was like, "All right, motherfucker, I'm gonna show you what's up." And fuck, he showed me what's up, and I mean, he'll be my coach for life. You know?
Yeah. Do you think that played a pivotal role getting you to where you are now? Like obviously all this pandemic stuff was crazy, and I remember seeing a video or I mean, it might even have been in an interview. It might even have been in the press conference after the fight, but you mentioned that like just working with James, like it's like I can't even remember what you said now. I lost track of my thought, but let's just talk about the whole situation getting to that fight at UFC Vegas 10, because it was kind of like it was a whirlwind of a year for you in 2020. Like to get to that point, you won a championship with the Fighting Alliance championship.
Yep.
And then you had the call from the UFC that you've been waiting for a very long time. Let's tell us about this story, because I know it's a really cool one.
Yeah. So on the 13th year anniversary of my very first fight, I woke up at 5:30 in the morning to a phone call from my manager, and he asked me how it felt to be a UFC fighter. And I lost my shit and was on cloud 9. I had everything that I've ever wanted in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Flew to Vegas that day. Cloud 9. Everything's great. COVID test comes back. And I mean, I felt great. Like, I had no clue. I felt great. Tested positive for COVID.
Wow.
Got sent home, got signed and cut within 24 hours.
Wow. What was that feeling like?
Oh man, like, I mean,
sure, you've told this story a lot, and I mean, this question was probably been asked to you a ton since then, but I just know it's a really cool story, and I'm over here in Canada, so I know that this year in 2021 you're going to be a household name, and a lot of people over here in Canada are definitely going to know who you are then. But I just wanted you to kind of tell this side of the story.
Yeah, man. So I mean, man, I've had like a crazy career, you know, a lot of ups and downs. And a few years ago, something like that, like, would have wrecked my life, and I would have grabbed a bottle and climbed in a tree, and I would have not came out until I fell out. I would have just gotten wrecked and let it ruin my life. And I did.
Is that in the hard hitting hillbilly days?
Yeah. I did it. I didn't do that this time. I cried my fucking eyes out for about 12 hours. I was pretty distressed and pretty upset. And somewhere along the way, I kind of just got a little bit of perspective, and I just realized that, like, like something that James said to me was that like we've had this question my whole career, is if they wanted me, like, does the UFC want me? Am I somebody they will sign? And that answered the question. They will sign me. So like boom, I got that question answered. So just stay ready and be ready. And so I did that. I had to quarantine for a few days, and like 3 days, I think, until the UFC contacted me again and told me that they wanted me to give them a negative COVID test as soon as I could. So for 3 days, I was fucking kind of a wreck, like trying to stay positive, whatever, but like still, I just didn't know. And then after I got that call from my manager that they wanted me and to give them a positive or a negative COVID test, obviously I was excited about that. So then I started just getting a COVID test every day. As soon as I was negative, I went to the gym, started training again. Yeah. And they hit me up. My manager hit me up like that. Okay, so I feel like I got a negative test on a Thursday. On that Friday, they hit me up and asked me if I could make weight, if I could make 45 in 24 hours. Or so maybe it's, I'm not sure the days. I think they asked me if I could make it that day. So I started throwing up the spaghetti that I was just eating. And then like it came back that it hadn't been a full 10 days since I was first tested, or since my first positive test came up. And so they couldn't sign me. They couldn't have me fight that day.
Who was that opponent supposed to be against? Do you know?
I can't remember. I quit asking.
Yeah, fair enough.
It didn't matter.
Yeah.
So like that, like, like almost maybe, and then no. And
twice.
So, yeah, like after that, like I'm pretty sure I just told everybody not to tell me anything, like whatever, like just tell me what I need to do. Don't string me along. And so then like the next week I was getting a whole bunch of medicals done. I had to have medicals done because I tested positive for COVID. So like I had to have more medicals done. I don't know, it was like what, Wednesday, or it was Thursday, I think. It was Thursday. I was on my way to the doctor's office to get like my second to last test done. And my manager said, "Hey, like you're going to Vegas. Like you need to get on a plane in really quick." So I got that test done, went home, literally had 3 minutes to just grab my mouthpiece and throw shit in the bag.
Wow.
I made it to the airport barely in time. I was sweating my ass off, barely making it. As soon as I got to the airport, I found James. I sat down. I asked him who I was fighting. He laughed and told me. And then, showed up, made weight, and fucking made history.
Yeah, man. And history you did, because, like, I remember that night. I think I messaged you after the fight even. Michael Bisping was just – I had money on you going into the fight, and I'm not a betting guy. I don't bet much often at all. I picked you. I watched your fights all that day. I seen this guy, the hard-hitting hillbilly. I was like, man, this guy's going to be something in the UFC. And I seen you come out to your entrance music, which I have to say was absolutely incredible to watch. Just the way you were taking it all in. And like it was so great to watch, man. And I loved it. And then Roosevelt Roberts comes, does his entrance, and Michael Bisping's just kept talking, and he made me cancel my bet. And I was super bummed. I remember I messaged you right after. I was like, man, you just made me the biggest fan. Like, I'm not going to be a gambler anymore. And 2, I'm going to be watching all your fights for the rest of your career. So yeah, that was the night I discovered you. I really enjoyed the fight, and like just going off of what you just said, I seen this post from you, obviously, when all that stuff went down with the positive test, and just to see that, the positivity, and like, man, that's got to be inspirational to your teammates as well. Like I see you giving speeches after practice and stuff at the gym, and like I seen that video, and like that's got to be so inspirational to the guys around you. Like that must be like I don't know, that must be playing part into all the success for Glory MMA.
Yeah, I mean, we all are just following our leader, and fucking James is a motherfucker, man. Like he's the baddest dude around. He's a fucking gangster, and so I mean that nothing else is accepted, And so and like I mean, there's just kind of things that me and James just have in common. We have similar character, so that's another reason. I mean, we just get along really well. It's just the perfect fit, man.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about this moment.
Ugh, fuck. I could just watch that video over and over and over.
I was watching it again today for a few. I watched it a few times.
So yeah, man. Like, I get the tap, and like the announcers, the UFC people are like, "Oh, he's in disbelief."
Yeah,
and I was not in disbelief at all. I was just looking at James like, "Who the fuck's next?" Like, this is, you know what I mean? And for 20 seconds, 15 seconds, it was just me and James in the arena. And Grant gets upset when I say that. He's like, "I was there too. You were, bud. I love you."
You've been in that position that Grant and James were in before, like with the UFC, haven't you? So like you weren't really a stranger before, like getting to fight there. I see in this picture earlier. When was that? That was
that was in June. So yeah. I mean, I've cornered, I think 3 fights for the UFC. So yeah, like I mean, I've been there. It definitely.
Were you in Grant's corner for one of his?
Yeah. Megan's, Grant's, and Espinoza.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice. It was nice to corner Jordan Espinoza at the Apex. So I'd already been there. Like you said, like when I was walking out, like I mean, I was just drinking it all in, man. I'd already been there before, like whatever. Like it was just I was just enjoying my moment,
Man, I really enjoyed it, and I made a huge fan of me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about your next fight. You got Bruce LeeRoy. Actually, you were actually supposed to have him back when all that stuff happened.
Yeah.
Originally.
That was my original fight. That was my original fight.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's what I asked for in the press conferences because, you know, I mean, it's a great fight for me. It's a great fight for the fans. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a good fight. I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Good for me, man. Like, I feel like I just had a pretty awesome debut, and now
Yeah, absolutely. And I heard you earlier say 22 and 12.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it no contest.
No, and I don't want to either because I look at it as 22 and 12
win.
as well.
And guess what? I bet that motherfucker doesn't feel like it's a no contest.
No, absolutely not.
Like,
no, absolutely not.
Like,
let's talk a little bit about that because I think it's such bullshit. It's like I can't believe that it's not something that's allowed because especially in this day and age, like they're finding so many benefits and like
it's legal in Vegas.
Yeah.
It's Nevada that's fucking with me. It's bullshit. It's all about to be changed. I just got caught in the crossfire, whatever. Like,
yeah.
Whatever, man. I don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah.
I won. I got paid like I won. Everyone fucking knows my name.
What was that like? Like you went into that fight I seen this post here on Wednesday. I had $64 in my bank account and was trying to figure out how to make it to 65. How did it feel making it to 50,000 and $65?
God, dude, fucking more than that. Fucking 77.
Wow, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah. After all you've been through, the 13-year journey and everything, like
I've put everything I've ever had in this. I've lost relationships because of this. I mean, it's not like I ever had a lot, but I've given everything I've ever had for this. And man, it fucking paid the fuck off.
Yeah. Man, it's truly inspirational to watch, and I'm really looking forward to your next fight. Do you have any messages to your opponent?
Hands down, chin up.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. I don't know. Fuck, man, he's cool. I was doing a Q&A on Instagram, and somebody asked me what I didn't like about him. I'm like, fuck, man, the guy seems pretty likable, really. Like,
yeah,
like it's a job. This is what
you're gonna have to show him that you're king of the hair comb, though.
Yeah, well, like, I mean, the thing is like, you know, apparently he's the ninja, but I'm the ninja. So like, this is gonna be the fight for who's the ninja.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be me.
Well, it's on February 27th, right?
Let's go. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, I'll be watching, man. I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you so much for doing this, man. I don't want to take any more time out of your night. You just got done training and came right home. Before you go, I do want to ask you one thing. What was it like training with this guy, James?
Oh, man, Gallagher is the man.
Yeah.
He's cool. I'm pretty sure he's coming back in like a week or so. Excited to have him back. I think he's really cool. He's very technical. He's really good. He's a great training partner. I think we train just about every day together. Excited to have him.
I had the opportunity to watch him fight for the first time live back. I think it was his last Bellator fight, and I was just blown away. Like, what was it like rolling around on the mat with him when he was at Glory?
I mean, he was great, man. We had a blast. He's very knowledgeable. I mean, it's good. It's nice. He's kind of got like a wild, different style that you don't see all the time. So like, it's kind of cool to kind of learn about that style in the training room, you know? So yeah, man, it's really awesome. I'm excited to have him back.
Other than a big W on Alex Caceres in 2021, what else can we expect from Kevin Crash Croom in 2021?
Let's go. Crash Bandit Croom, baby. Yeah, man. Well, I'm about to get my second bonus, my first win.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. I want to fight as much as I can.
Maybe in their eyes, like I can't believe they snuff you from those end of the year shows too. Like without a doubt, you should have been at least one or two of those.
I started cutting out.
Oh, on the just like with those end of the year shows, like they snuffed you, man.
Oh man, I can't hear you.
It's all right. You know what? We had a good interview. I appreciate you joining me here tonight. Now,
yeah, man, dude. Sorry about that, but yeah, man, for sure. I'd love to come back sometime. I appreciate you having me on.
Thanks so much, Kevin. Have a wonderful night.
Have a good one, man.
Take care.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right, everyone. So I think I'm having a little bit of microphone issues here. I might have to go get a new cord tomorrow. But that was Kevin Croom joining me here for episode number 10 of the Chem Valley Show. I'm going to be doing another one tomorrow. Going to be doing one every day for the 28-day lockdown here in Ontario. So I appreciate all the support. Give it a share. It's going to be on the YouTube channel later. Have a great night.